Hello, everyone. I'm Jamie Price. Time feels like it is moving fast because we are already approaching the second quarter of this year. This is the year of the conduit. And core to my teachings with Ariane, the Lyran Council of Time, is that we are always receiving the information of life. It becomes part of you. And our work is what we do with it because we're always emitting something. We're conduits. So when you receive good info, you consciously amplify it. And when you receive negative information, you let that be nurtured by the love in you because you will emit information. Can you emit or conduit new potentials instead of fear, despair, any other variants of that? That's our light work. Illuminating life with the light of love so that more love is anchoring here. We began with focusing our courageous vision on the new, then holding that with our amplifying heart-mind unification so that we're coherent and a strong electromagnetic field. And March is going to call us to further clarify our conduit as a unique being on earth because we really need it right now. These are times of intense change. And as that spiral tightens, our flow with the natural dynamics of what we each are experiencing is important because we reside in many cycles at once. But part of what's occurring right now is a turning point of the dynamics of interaction that we operate from. This is what ascension is, our conscious interaction with the subtle, invisible, preform dynamic of life. It's always been there. We've always been interacting with it, but now more and more conscious interaction with the subtle realm rules, which also means a lessening of the physical realm rules of control and manipulation. And those are neutral, like you control and manipulate your muscles to walk across a room. And we see the negative effects of that control and manipulation as we're all experiencing a revealing and a reworking of the control and manipulation dynamics that govern so many facets of physical life. Not always so neutral, but that's our inner work. Now, this brings me to this month's focus as given by Ariane. From courageous vision to heart-mind unification, we are now focusing on freedom within. And these monthly topics are progressive steps of healing and strengthening for our ascension. So here we're focusing on freedom within to strengthen and sustain our conduit flow. Freedom is a topic I've taught about for years. It's an inside job. So technically, freedom is always within. But it's the difference between a constricted and distorted energy field and flow versus an open energy field and flow. This is even why my modality is called crystalline soul healing. That name was given to me back in 2005 to signify an energy field that has an amplified flow because it's strong and it's clear like a diamond. And this supports soul progression. It aligns the human and the higher self, supports our ascension. And by the way, final call for learning crystalline soul healing online. That class begins March 21st. So if you're a healer wanting to expand your energy flow, your capability, your understanding, crystalline soul healing is a powerful healing technique. And you can find out more information about that on my website, jamieprice.com, or the link below. Freedom within is key to actually being a conduit rather than a dumping ground that holds on to negativity. And before I talk about some practical ways to implement this, I want to share the psychic impressions that Ariane gave me with this topic. There has been and there will continue to be a lot of purging and changing. We're at a turning point, which really means longer and shorter cycles of turning points, choice points, change points, whatever you want to call them. We are in deep, constant, often intense change. The spiral is tightening. These have a natural gravity to them. Turning points do, choice points, where our work is to go with the flow as appropriate, which means the gamut of letting things go, taking action, having patience, speaking up, saying nothing at all the different things. Part of your work is to relax into change. Even if that's a moment of action, relax through it. That's the freedom within. That's the motion of that spiral tightening where the gravity has more of a natural flow to it. Now, as they were showing me this turning point energy, I had the sense of friction, like creaking gears, discomfort. I heard metal on metal screeching as a metaphor. But this is not necessarily a bad thing. You have to slow to take a turn safely. Those of you on my newsletter, you've already been receiving information about this from me. This month, as change is prevalent and it's creating some friction in the world, nurture your freedom within. Not because you don't care, but because you know that your freedom within allows change. You're a conduit. Your freedom within allows life's information to mix within your knowing, and then what you emit is new potential from old challenge. It's new amplified potential from old triumph. Your freedom within is a powerful catalyst for life to conduit through you to anchor loving change here on earth. Now, I mentioned freedom within is an open energy field. Another way of saying that is it's a responsive energy field. You easily adapt to the appropriate flow of the moment. Is it time for broad flow, like new ideas, rest, play? Or is it time for focused flow, like intention or action? When you're free within, you aren't gripped into that constant and varying levels of fight, flight, freeze. One of the most powerful ways that you can get into that responsive flow is let go. Relax. When you're feeling that resistance, let go. Let go of expectation, judgment. Let go of controlling the outcome. Let go of what others may think or a fear of making a mistake. You're capable. Usually, what we perceive of as mistakes are just the steps of lessons, of building and creating through the linear time that we're in. Be free within. This is a connected universe, but that part of it is invisible. So you have to find it within you. You are within a vast system of life that created you, created this earth, it created the air, everything. Be free within, angel. Life has you. And you are life. You have life. Love and honor yourself. That's how you love all life, through that lens of love. Even that annoying, screeching change. Your freedom within allows the love of life to flow through you. When you're not feeling safe to let go of that unhealthy control, use my favorite saying that I often use: I surrender my will to divine will, which means I surrender my human will to my divine will, which is love, God's will, connection, universal will, etc. When you notice resistance, ask yourself, what am I holding on to? Can I let go and surrender unhealthy control? Can I give it to God? Can I give it to the universe? Can I give it open to create a new potential? Can I hold my courageous vision of what I want? Peace in the world, loving relationships, a healthy body, leadership and service to the highest good of all involved, financial ease, flow, etc. Freedom within, first and foremost. That creates flow. Which brings me to this month's intention to continually remind and heal you. My freedom within allows easier change. As you say it, what do you notice? What comes into your mind to let go of because it's something uncomfortable, or to amplify with joy because it's something wonderful? Repeat it daily, use it throughout the day, do it 3 to 5 times in the morning, in the evening, sometimes do it silently, sometimes do it aloud. My freedom within allows easier change. As you're saying that, if you notice any kind of resistance, can you let that resistance go? What is that moment, that resistance trying to teach you? Don't resist it, because remember, sometimes you have to slow down to take a turn, to make a change. And that resistance is that slowing down so that you can make those changes. My freedom within allows easier change. Change is constant here. It's an effective linear time, which is an effect of our density. Your freedom within is a gift for you, and it's a gift for life. I hope you have an amazing March and enjoy the crystalline soul healing and light language. Dawarat dom shayak mor and brahmahatur mnimhaur and dor hani suj bro hakrand brel harni utsam jaun arakrayet hamdorat al redand tam sur shayak dur hat akrayet han mnam rot awa kia. Tamorat anish amor krayab mnem harwachan brar al hiniak unkorat bahrind mat nem such kan hiniet such brau hakand an nemorat al hni sukuratama sum chaurat akral rendandat Suna ruem hat ikrandat an staur hat maur hataktil rutut pram hat in ukrayat oratat mem. Tau handat ham sut on shokrorator dal hartund dem akrayat sancharat aig elur kua nob atienda. Sana steirot samcharak mar and Haniarat kal harmar am such urm bren hatigt and hokrorut graal haraknand mnam hatshayrat et das uchkrorut garhektel retien im. Namortan urem hakan suchurut urtiet an brad handhet anansach braharkran kran hanant sana Shanatan sukuam nam urptandat ina Bramat harantat san sharat ayamat uam nememe and